Here are your bell ringers for the week of December 14th. They start on Tuesday and go through Thursday. And I'm taking a break from giving you the parts of speech bell ringers because you're working on your essays writing, and I thought it would be better for you to work with commas for a while, because when you're doing your essays and writing in general, it seems like commas are a typical problem. Okay, so before we start on Tuesdays, let's look at the directions and some pointers at the top. Commas are used to separate or join similar sentence elements and to show the relationship between ideas. Use commas to separate 3 or more words, phrases, or clauses in a series. So a series, an example is geysers are found in America, Iceland, and New Zealand. So that means you have more than one noun, more than one adjective, more than one phrase, more than one verb used together. Use a comma and a coordinating conjunction, and, but, or, nor, for, so, and yet, to link 2 independent clauses in a compound sentence. So a compound sentence example is some countries are free of snakes, but the United States is not one of them. So in order for a compound sentence to exist, you need to have a subject and a verb on the left end of the sentence, and a subject and a verb on the right-hand side of the sentence. So, for example, here you have country, which is the subject, and on the other side of the sentence you have United States. You have 2 subjects there. If you don't have 2 subjects, then you don't have 2 independent clauses. They can't stand alone. You can say some countries are free of snakes, period. Okay? And you can also say the United States is not one of them, period. Those are independent of each other, but we combine it with comma, but. All right? Use commas to set off introductory, parenthetical, and non-essential words, phrases, and clauses. Introductory. Personally, comma, I think swimming is the greatest sport of all. Parenthetical. We knew these by a different word. Parenthetical is a more complicated word for transition words. Jogging, in my opinion, is still the way to stay fit. And a positive are noun phrases. So you have a noun on this side of the sentence that describes the noun to the left. Skiing, my favorite sport, is quite easy to learn. And you might also notice that my favorite sport is additional information, meaning it's non-essential. Non-essential phrases pretty much mean they aren't needed. They're not required. It's extra information for us. Add commas where they are needed. Not every sentence needs a comma. Number 1, the campers were hot and tired, for they had been hiking all day. We put a comma after tired because for is a coordinating conjunction. Well, the easiest way to point that out to you is probably the highlight. Number 2, the doctor examined the patient carefully, but she did not say a word. We have here, if you look at what we just went over, we have the word but in our sentence, and it does combine two independent clauses. So we put a comma after carefully. If you're doing this on a sheet of paper, please don't do extra work and rewrite the sentence. If you're doing it on a sheet of paper, just write the word before the comma itself, and the word after it. Number 3 for Tuesday, Kevin is not very heavy, but is the best football player on the team. Number 3, no comma. It is already correct. That's a little messy. I apologize. Wednesday, you can either do this all at once and turn it in, or you can wait each day to do it. It's up to you since I'm posting this at the same time. An Arabian stallion is a fast, beautiful horse. Here we have items in a series. We have fast, beautiful. So 2 adjectives used together have to have a comma. Number 5, the long dark pathway led to a grim, ruined house. We have 2 adjectives together at the beginning of the sentence. Long, dark. Needs a comma between it. And grim, ruined. Needs a comma between it. And number 6 for Wednesday. Jack hit a line drive and dashed for first base. This one does not need a comma. To save myself the trouble of writing no comma with Tuesday's messy attempt, I'm going to put an X at the end of the sentence. Nothing is needed. Number 7. So Thursday we have 4 to do rather than 3. Elephants are lazy, friendly, and good-natured. Elephants are 3 things. We have items in the series. Lazy, comma, friendly, comma, and good-natured. Number 8. Everyone wondered who had been in the house, what he had wanted, and where he had gone. This one, we have items in a series, but this time the series are in phrases. What did everyone wonder? Who had been in the house? What he had wanted? Where he had gone. Number 9. This is Mrs. Wells, the president of the PTA. Now we have an example of this appositive. We have this noun, proper noun, Mrs. Wells, and we have who she is, the president of the PTA. So we divide the appositive phrase, giving extra information on who she is, the president of the PTA, by a comma. Number 10. We had eaten everything in the refrigerator, but we were still hungry. Making sure it's a compound sentence because we don't put a comma before every conjunction, just if it's a compound sentence. We have to make sure we have two independent clauses. So we do have two subjects. We had eaten, so we have a subject and a verb. And the other side of the sentence, we have we were. We have we, the subject, and a linking verb, were. So our conjunction, but, has a comma before it. I hope that me using PDF Escape today didn't make you too dizzy watching the screen, how it makes things larger and smaller. But by the end of this video, it is a bit neater than if I used my regular Show Me app. So there's your Bellringers for this week.